Hello friends, so as promised, I am here with the AWS series. So for next 40 days, we will be learning AWS from scratch. It is not just another tutorial where you just go through the theory, but it will be a complete hands-on experience for you. After 40 days, you will be an interview prepared. That's my guarantee, right? Why should you care about this series? So AI is replacing developers job, testers job, but there is one job that AI can't replace, that is infrastructure manager or DevOps or DevSecOps job. Because in order to provision the infrastructure, it needs human intervention. It involves cost and everything. So it is not going to replace a job for a DevOps person or DevSecOps person. So as a developer, if you are working as a developer, if you are working as a tester, it is must to have a skill in your resume. Okay. So let's get started with AWS basics. So the series name is AWS Zero to Hero. In next 40 days, you will be going through multiple sessions wherein you will gain the practical hands-on exposure on AWS. So for doing that, first we need to set up AWS account. But before that, we should understand what exactly is AWS and why should we learn AWS. So AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. It is not same Amazon that you order clothes or you order charger or anything from Amazon, right? It's a subsidiary of Amazon only, but on cloud business. So their cloud business is huge than their retail or e-commerce business. So basically AWS stands for Amazon Web Services, right? And we are going to learn Amazon Web Services. So in order to understand what exactly is AWS, I will put forward one analogy in front of you. So let's take example, if you want to set up a store, a grocery store. So you have two options basically. Option one, you take a land, you prepare a house or you prepare a commercial. In that commercial you keep AC, you do a furniture, rest of the things, and then you will bring all the materials which you want to sell in the grocery shop, right? Or you have a second option. In any mall, you can directly lease the particular shop. So if your business for somehow or for some reason, if it is not working, so going with option one, that is doing it everything, will not make much more sense, right? Instead, if you go with the second approach wherein someone is building the mall and in that mall you are taking a lease for the shop, then if it goes well, then you can build or you can buy another shop, right? And you can expand your business. So same way AWS, before AWS, so companies used to set up or companies used to invest crores of rupees in setting up the data centers. What exactly is data center? So data center contains the servers, right? That means all the services, whatever your organization is expected to expose towards the internet. So all of those services will be hosted on those data centers. So in order to create a data center, first they need to acquire land, which itself is a big affair, right? After acquiring the land, they have to set up a facility. In that facility, the air conditioning system, then the racks and everything, and then probably they will put a server behind the data center. So in order to manage the entire data center, it's a costly affair, right? So this is the approach A that company were used to take before the cloud era, right? Or the cloud computing era. With cloud computing, we have an option to take a server or to take a infrastructure on lease, right? So pay as you go model, pay only for the services that you are using, right? So AWS has already set up all the infrastructure in backend, servers, then all the infrastructure like database, managed services, AI infrastructure, GPU, everything is hosted on data center, which is managed by AWS, and we are directly using it as a service, right? So we will be paying only for the services which we are going to use. So that's the biggest advantage for any company, any organization. They don't want to invest in infrastructure and they don't want to manage the infrastructure on their own. Instead, if they use the services or they use the cloud computing services from AWS, from Azure or from Google Cloud, from any vendor or any provider basically, So they can directly use the services without investing any single rupee in the infrastructure setup. We can directly use the services and we will be charged based on the usage, whatever services we have used. So there are 100 plus services that Amazon has released. So you can consider Amazon as a toolbox. In toolbox you have multiple tools, right? So same way Amazon or AWS is a toolbox which contains hundreds of services which are hosted on their infrastructure. Okay. So in this particular video, let's set up the AWS account. But before that, before setting the AWS account, we should know what exactly is the AWS free tier, right? So AWS has given some of its services freely. Most of the services are free to use for some time period. Okay. So there are 750 hours EC2 instance that we get. EC2 instance means the virtual machine. We get 5 GB free S3 storage, object storage, 25 gigs of free DynamoDB, which is a database from Amazon, 10 lakh free Lambda request per month, right? Then 100 plus services are free to use. So basically, if we want, we can directly go ahead and use those services without investing a single penny. So for next 40 days, we will be making use of the AWS free tier. Okay. So free tier, first we need to set up the free tier. So let's get started with setting up the free tier. So for that, you have to go to this site aws.amazon.com/free. Then you have an option of creating the account. Click on create account. Here you have to give the email address. So for me, I will give the email address of my choice. AWS account name, whatever name you want to give this particular account. For example, production account, development account, or free tier for practice, anything, right? So I will give it as Akruti AI prod account. Then we have an option of verifying our email. Okay. So the verification code has been sent to the email address that I have given. I will just get the code first. I will copy this code, verification code over here, and I will say verify. Now you can set up the root password for your account, right? So I will choose my password. Say continue. Right? It will ask you which plan you want to choose, right? For our tutorials for next 40 days, what we are going to learn. So free account will be sufficient. So go ahead and choose the free plan. Now it will ask you your name and all your information. Give the phone number. Make sure you are giving the correct phone number. Country, region. All of them are not mandatory, but it is good to give all these information. Okay. So I will mention the city. I will give the state. Will give the postal code. Agree and continue. So it will ask for the address line 1. So I will give the address. And then there are two basic methods through which you will be able to pay, right? So for whenever you are signing up, for $1, right, the verification process holds $1 for 3 to 5 days to verify your account. For free plan, no charges occur until upgrade to a paid plan. right? So you can either go with UPI auto pay, or you can go ahead with the credit or debit card, right? So there are 2 rupees transaction which is needed in order to create your account, right? So I have chosen the payment method as UPI auto pay. I will continue. Verify. I will just scan this code. So it will get verified in some time. Right? So authentication successful, and it is going to the next step. Right? So confirm your identity, primary purpose of account registration. So you can give your purpose, right? Like product, personal use, ownership type is like individual or partnership or company, right? Whatever you want, that options you can give it over here, right? So for me, I can give my personal details. So sole proprietorship, name of the director, head of operations, person in charge, right? I will just mention my name over here. You can, for you can use the individual as an option, and you can go ahead with the all these settings. For now, what I will do, I will just change it to the individual one, right? So you need to mention the Aadhaar card, right, from the DigiLocker to verify your identity. So you can use Aadhaar or PAN card or voting license, whatever you want, and you can get the DigiLocker URL. So through the DigiLocker you can verify this. So I will provide the OTP that I have got. I will select Aadhaar card. Will say allow. Consent, I give consent to AWS. Continue. Confirm your identity. Continue. So it is setting up my account, AWS account. So usually this will take some 1 or 2 minutes. Once we are logged into the AWS after verifying our account, so let's change the region to the nearest one. So Amazon hosts more than 60 plus regions. So regions means the data centers. So wherever, whichever location is nearer to you, you can select that location. I have selected Mumbai as my nearest location. Then if we want not to spend a single rupees on these AWS services, so we will set up a budget so that it will notify us when we are exceeding that particular budget. So click on the username that we have created. There we have an option of billing and cost management. Go to the billing and cost management. On the left hand side, go to the budget and planning. Click on budgets. Create a budget. So here you have two options. You can use the template. There are some templates over here like zero spend budget, monthly cost budget, or you can customize the budget from scratch, right? So I will click on customize the budget, cost budget. So I will go next. I will give the budget name as AWS free tier or whatever I want to give. Enter your monthly budget. So budgeted amount I will set it as $1 so that I won't be charged for using the services. So I can create an alert threshold. So if 80% of the budget has been consumed, then it will alert me. Okay. So 80% of $1, which is 80 cents. So whenever the actual cost is greater than 80 cents of your budgeted amount, alert threshold will be executed and it will be sending you the notification. So notification, you can choose the email recipient and you can add your email address. And then go next, review the settings and click on create budget. So the budget is created now. So whenever we are exceeding this particular budget where the threshold has been set it as 80%. So if we are going more than 80%, which is 80 cents for this $1 budget, then it will notify us through email whatever we have given over here. So that we are making sure that we are using only the free services or the free tier. So as I mentioned in the start, so 750 hours of monthly EC2 usage is allowed in a free tier. 5 gigs of S3 storage is allowed. 25 gigs of DynamoDB is allowed, right? Allowed to free usage. Then 10 lakh free Lambda requests per month are allowed. So based on this, we will structure our course so that you won't need to spend a single rupee on learning this AWS. So that's it from my end. Today what we have done, we'll just quickly revise. We have set up the context, what exactly is AWS, why we are using AWS, what is cloud computing, and based on that why we have used or why we have chosen AWS, right? Then we have set it our account from scratch. We have created our AWS account by going to the URL aws.amazon.com/free. From there we have verified our account and then we have set the budget so that it won't cost us for usage of the AWS services. So in next session we will be learning the IAM, which is the greatest or one of the most important topic once you start building the applications with AWS. As I mentioned, today or tomorrow, whenever you get time, please get your account created so that we will start and along with me we will build something. We will build the website, we will host some of the services, we will build and host the website on AWS, we will build some of the simple applications, and we will get to know about different services that AWS provides. So make sure you have an active subscription to the AWS so that you will follow along with me and you can also create on your own. And after 40 days, I guarantee that you will be able to clear the examination, AWS Solution Architect examination, as well as you will be able to clear the any interview round which involves AWS.